So here's the tricky part. How can you tell if one event should simply be accepted as a reality of life or be treated as an executable challenge? So this shared thoughts video is connected to the previous one I made about unboxing ourselves from the by the book guidelines of society on how we should be living our lives. Walang ganon. We should control we should maintain control of our life choices and we don't have to cave into societal pressure. Pero it's also possible that it is you who's been giving that kind of pressure to yourself. And honestly, I think somehow that's necessary. It's good that you give yourself a push. It's good that you remind yourself of where you're headed. I think that kind of motivation is essential. But it becomes detrimental na if you're beating yourself up by smothering yourself with this kind of excessive amount of pressure to become the best among the rest. You give yourself super strict deadlines, high standards of success, and impossible goals. And when you don't meet any of them, you become so disappointed with yourself. You make this binding social contract to yourself. Oy Andrew, dapat by age 25, dapat ganto ka. Dapat meron ka ng ganyan. Dapat hindi ka ganto. And the specific provisions are endless. You wanted to have a significant position of power, accolades, material wealth, or kahit na ano basta feel mo lang meron kang role or ambag kahit paano. But it unfortunately happens to the point na naubos ka na you're no longer feeling the simple joys of life. When the world's unfair expectations to the youth are so ingrained in our social consciousness, di mo namamalayan that you buy into it, that you internalized it already, and you willingly submit yourself to these kind of expectations in a binding contract. Without even considering na merong mga force majeure or things that are beyond our control. Like, I don't know, financial problems, failing at something because someone's better at you, an accident, or wag na tayo lalayo, maybe this pandemic. Because you're so obsessed at fulfilling your end goals, di mo na consider na di mo naman kasalanan if hindi ibinigay sa'yo ng pagkakataon. So, what's the best way to view making a social contract for yourself? Earlier, I said it's an essential motivation, but later on, I backtracked and said na nakakasakal siya. So, saan ka lulugar doon? When we hear people say, you give yourself so much pressure, the operative word there is you. You are the one in control of the pressure. I guess that's one good thing with the pressure from within compared to being forced by society. You can manage expectations. You can give yourself a wiggle room, make adjustments, and do some negotiation with yourself. And I hope you don't forget to be kind to yourself. But I'm not going to deny that last statement can be dangerous when turned into an excuse by the people who never even tried at all to strive for something better or unleash their potential. Ang dali nga naman kasing sabihin na ayoko i-pressure sarili ko, ayoko sumabay sa alon, gusto ko ma-enjoy ang buhay, YOLO. But to the point na wala man lang silang effort exerted. Well, it takes a lot of introspection and honesty to determine which ones are serving your interest and which ones aren't. So my recommendation is this mantra. It's called the Serenity Prayer. It says there, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You are basically acknowledging that you need 3 different things to fare through in life. You need to remain calm and collected for the inevitable circumstances in life. You need to be at peace with the fact that these things can and will happen. And you must also protect that fire within you to fight for the things that are so important, whatever it takes. So here's the tricky part. How can you tell if one event should simply be accepted as a reality of life or be treated as an executable challenge? That's why you need the third one, if you can remember. Wisdom. Wala namang brain explosion moment na makukuha mo siya. It's not like, kaya dali makakuha ng wisdom. Oh, ayan, wisdom. Hindi ganun. Being wise is a lifelong process and that's why you should try to learn new things, explore different perspectives, get some mentors, find a support group, find your tribe, travel and explore. That's how you get insights on processing different life undertakings. And guess what? You can't do all of those things when your eyes are glued 24/7 to the social contract you made for yourself. So don't forget to actually live a life. When the time comes that the social contract you made for yourself successfully reached that maturity date, hopefully it's not at the expense of you missing out in life. I don't know what your reason is for watching this video, pero most likely you're looking at how I fared through in life, how other people are faring through in life, or you yourself are having these questions. It's okay to have that question. It's okay to explore different perspectives of people. That's what I did. And if ever you've made a social contract to yourself, a promise to yourself before, know that it's okay to negotiate that depending on the context that you have right now. And it's also okay to stick to it as long as you feel na it's healthy for you, as long as you feel na it's feasible, as long as you feel na it's within your control pa rin naman. That's the tricky part about life, life pursuits. Wala talagang clear guideline, but what I simply did is to give you an idea kung ano yung thought process whenever you're having these questions. So I think the serenity prayer is really important. So good luck with life. I shared some relevant links in the description box and in the comment section. Do check these things out. It gives context and new angles on this specific matter. Bye!